Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble news channel. Please don't look at the exact numbers. It's more about the big picture and why those numbers are what they are. This is true for all of my charts and research. You might say, oh yeah, it's below 64 even though you said it couldn't go below 64 because it's a support line. It could be below that, but I don't think it will stay there for long. Usually the 5-month is above the 2-year, which means it is above the realized price. This is how things work in bull markets. Plan B, the person who came up with the Bitcoin stock-to-flow plan, recently posted a video in which he was very positive about the general direction and reasons behind Bitcoin's price movement. He says that even though Bitcoin's price might drop below support levels like the $64,000 line from time to time, this shouldn't be a big deal. In this way, dips are generally only temporary. In bull markets, the 5-month realized price stays above the 2-year realized price and the overall realized price. This is the most important trend to keep an eye on. This pattern is a key sign of a bull market, and even though prices may go up and down in the short term, the long-term trend is still going up. According to a story from Crypto Adventure, market analysts think that Bitcoin and Ethereum could have a profitable July based on how they have done in the past and how the market is doing now. Bitcoin has had a median return of 9.6% in July in the past. It tends to bounce back strongly after a bad month in June, with an average return of nearly 8% in July. Based on these trends from the past, Bitcoin could go up in July after going down almost 10% in June this year. From $90 billion in May to $75 billion in June, the amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum traded has gone down. The current level of trade is thought to make things better for the next wave of market action. Analysts say that patterns of recovery after June's slumps show that July results, especially for Bitcoin, usually get better quickly. Now, let's look at some parts of Plan B's video update. Take a moment to show your support by giving the movie a like and following the channel. Thanks, and have fun with the movie. This is the first chart. It shows the stock-to-flow scheme. Bitcoin closed June a little above $62,000. For the past 2 months, the market has been stuck in a dull trade range between $60K and $70K and $70K. It will stay there until we figure out what to do. So the Bitcoin price always falls behind the model value after a halving. The price doesn't start moving until a couple of months after the halving, and it takes another 12 to 18 months for the price to reach the forecasts made by the stock-to-flow model. I think all we need to do is be patient. I know that's hard, but it's the only thing we can do. Hold on, the next chart is red. There is still a bull market. It may not feel that way, but the numbers don't lie. Each one of those has a chain number. There's nothing strange. We need to be here. Now, I'd be scared if we got yellow or green, which can't happen, but yellow, we don't have it. It's red. The market is going up. That makes me feel better. That's interesting. RSI fell a bit, or you could say is stable between $60K and $70K. It used to be $69K, but now it's $65K. Some people believe the bull market is over. And to be honest, their logic is pretty cool. The reason for this is that Bitcoin has decreasing profits. In other words, the tops and bottoms get lower every time. Also, it's easy to see a diminishing return trend in this RSI chart. I don't think that benefits get smaller over time. For me, exponential profits are real. Anyway, those who believe the bull market is over also see things returning to normal. In other words, they believe that the Bitcoin markets are returning to a normal trade range. That means the RSI usually trades between $30,000 and $70,000. For example, it's all between $30,000 and $70,000 for stocks on the foreign exchange market. Bitcoin has gone up a bit. With that in mind, this peak above $70,000 could be seen as the Bitcoin market returning to normal. After that, there's a bear market that will likely be steeper until it hits $30,000. So I can see why that would make sense, the bad market reason. I don't think that will happen though. I don't think there will be diminishing results. There will be profits that grow very quickly. Another time the RSI will be above $80,000 is in 2021, 2023, or 2023. We'll see in time. Still, it's interesting. We will also be keeping a close eye on the RSI. The 200-week moving average is the next chart. That's about 4 years then, which is why we use the average price of Bitcoin over the last 4 years. That's the thick black line. It's now at $37,000 and always going up. It has never gone down, but rising slowly and steadily. Also, nothing out of the ordinary. Plan B talks about the Bitcoin market right now and how it fits with his stock-to-flow plan. To begin, he says that Bitcoin finished June above $62,000 and has been trading between $60,000 and $70,000 for the past few months. Plan B says that after each Bitcoin split event, the price usually falls below what the S2F model said it would be worth. After a split, it usually takes 12 to 18 months for Bitcoin's price to match what the model said it would be. He says that people should be patient because the market might take a while to move in the way that people want it to. Plan B thinks that Bitcoin is still in a bull market, even though the market isn't doing well right now. The on-chain info gives him peace of mind because it shows nothing is wrong. He says he would be worried if the data changed to a yellow or green zone, but it's still red, which means the bull market is still going strong. Plan B also talks about the 200-week moving average, which is a long-term trend signal and is currently $37K and going up. This average has never gone down in the past, which shows that Bitcoin's price has been going up over the long term. Plan B is still optimistic about Bitcoin's future because it thinks it will continue to rise in the long term, as forecast by the S2F model. Let's look at what Plan B says about the next charts again. Bitcoin's real value. At the end of June, the real price was $31,000. The price after 2 years is $48K. The short-term hot price or realized price for the next 5 months is $65,000 right now. Bitcoin's price is a little less than what it was worth 5 months ago. The light blue line shows the price that has actually been paid over the last 5 months. It has always been a support line during bull markets. Bitcoin doesn't go below this line very often. In fact, it stays on that queue. The same thing has been going on for a few months now. It's very interesting that Bitcoin is right now sitting at that light blue line or even a little below it. The price it has been at for 5 months tells me it will go up. We don't wish to go down. We're also keeping a close eye on this. Plus, don't look at the exact numbers. It's more about the big picture and why those numbers are what they are. That's true for all of my charts and analyses. You could say something like, oh yeah, it's below 64 because 64 is a support line, you said it couldn't go below that. It might be down there, but I don't think it will stay for long. In general, we see that the 5-month is higher than the 2-year, which means that it is higher than the sold price. That's also true when the market is rising. When the market is down, the realized price for 5 months falls below the realized price for 2 years, and then it falls below the realized price. During every weak market, it took place. In other words, those are the signs and big directions we need to see. It doesn't matter if this number is on the line, just below the line, or 1,000 up or down. It's not important. Things look fine right now. That 65,000 should give it a boost, but we'll see. In June, buyers got a 13% return on their money. It's not much, but it's a good sign. I think you can also compare it to 2017. You had orange, green, red, and green. Not as sure of itself in the market as it was at the start of the rising market in 2017. Now, blue makes me nervous, right? Talking about this general direction and how the numbers make sense. Blue would make me feel bad. Orange, yellow, and green don't work. All of this fits with what has happened in the past. The same goes for Bitcoin and profit. 90% of the world is making money, and we can compare that to, say, 2013. A lot of yellow, orange, and red at the top of the last market turn. This was the start of the bull market. We can see that again here. There is some doubt. It's clear that the market is looking for direction. I hope that it will go in that way soon.